Spring training has arrived, and Mojobreak is counting down the 10 players who are going to be making headlines both on the field and in the hobby. And we're starting off with a guy who's not going to take a single at-bat in the major leagues this season. Well, we did it, everybody. After some intense labor negotiations, a seemingly endless offseason, some insane new rule proposals, the 2020 MLB season is about to... Wait, something's wrong. Was there a 2020 season? Did that actually happen? Did we really start extra innings off with a runner at second? And did the Marlins? Those Marlins... Did they actually make the postseason? It all happened so fast, I could have sworn it was a fever dream, but we did indeed have a 2020 season that ended so quickly that it felt like a cruel joke. Luckily, 2021 is set to be a bit more generous to baseball fans. So to get you caught up before opening day, we're counting down the 10 players that will define the season, not just on the field, but in the trading card world as well. We took a few factors into account to come up with the list, including combined WAR from the past 2 seasons, projected stats in 2021, their age, and the average sale price of their 10 priciest cards on eBay. Put that all together, and this is what we came up with. To kick things off, let's talk about the only minor league player in our top 10. That would be New York Yankees super prospect Jasson Dominguez. Initially, I intended to only include major league players on this list, but the prices that Dominguez's cards have gone for are just so staggering, it would be ridiculous to ignore them. He also feels like the perfect example of valuing potential over production in the hobby. If I made this list solely based off of card sales, my guess is that there would be 5, maybe even 4 major leaguers on this list, and the rest would just be littered with top prospects who are still waiting for their first major league at-bat. Now look, I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money, but if I was a financial advisor or some over-the-top business TV host, I would probably be slamming some big red button that flashed warning across the screen right about now, considering what his cards are going for over actual MVPs. Take Freddie Freeman, for example, the 2020 MVP, a 4-time All-Star, arguably the best player at his position right now, and probably on pace for a Hall of Fame caliber career, barring injury. One of his first Bowman Chrome cards, graded to a pristine 10 by BGS, recently sold on eBay for $201.05. Jasson Dominguez, who has 240 fewer career home runs and 1,524 less hits than Freeman, saw one of his first Bowman Chrome cards, rated a PSA 10, sell close to $130 more. $330 to be exact. Somebody slammed that big red button. I understand the urge to gravitate towards a player that's shiny and new. Everyone likes new stuff over old stuff. That's why we're all swapping out our PlayStation 4s for PlayStation 5s, or at least attempting to. But you know what? That PS4, it can still play Uncharted, it can still play The Last of Us, it can still play GTA 4 and all the great games you love, while PS5 has, I don't know, a Spider-Man expansion pack, I think? Is that it? For $600? Yeesh. Sure, maybe one day that PS5 will be far superior, but maybe it's the next Virtual Boy. We just don't know. And that's where Dominguez comes in. The hype surrounding him didn't just come out of thin air. By all accounts, this dude's a different breed of player. Scouts don't give away comparisons to Bo Jackson and Mickey Mantle like it's Halloween candy. The kid has eye-popping ability. By now, you've probably seen his batting practice videos where he looks like Popeye after downing a can of spinach. But you might not realize just how many tools this guy has at his arsenal. He reportedly ran a 6.3 second 60-yard dash. That's just one tick off of the fastest man in baseball, Billy Hamilton, who ran a 6.2. Like Mantle, he hits for massive power from both sides of the plate, and at a recent batting practice session, the guy hit a ball with an exit velocity of 117 miles per hour. something that only 11 Major League players were able to do in the 2019 season. Plus, he can play all over the field. The Yankees are developing him as a center fielder, but he can apparently play almost any position, even catcher. That level of talent would have the hobby buzzing no matter what team this guy suited up for, but the fact that the Yankees swooped him up took the hype machine up to 1 million. But all those scouting reports mean absolutely nothing if he can't put it together during a live game. That's the final piece of the puzzle here for Jasson Dominguez, who still hasn't played a single game of professional baseball thanks to COVID wiping out the minor league baseball season in 2020. Can he put together all of his freakish talents and do a speed run through the minor leagues? Or are pitchers going to find a hole in his swing? Maybe he can't hit a breaking ball. Maybe he slumps in the first month at pro ball and his card prices take a huge dip. As special a talent as Dominguez seems to be, the game of baseball is littered with stories of highly touted young players who didn't make it for one reason or another. Just take a look at the last 10 prospects who were ranked number 32 in MLB.com's top 100 prospect list. That's the same spot as Dominguez. There's a couple of bright spots in there, a few to be determined, and a whole lot of where are they now. Now let's look at the top international prospects during that same time. Again, couple of future stars, an average major league player, and a few guys I had literally never heard of until today. Look, if you spent a bunch of money on Jasson Dominguez cards, I hope it works out. I really do. And more than anything, I just hope it works out for Jason's sake. I mean, that level of expectation at such a young age, that's a lot to live up to. A sort of related but also kind of not note. Fun fact, Jasson Dominguez is named after former A's and Yankee slugger Jason Giambi, who to my surprise actually hit more home runs as a Yankee than he did with Oakland. Surprising because I always view Giambi's move to the Bronx as something of a disappointment. Maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, or maybe his Yankee career was marred by the lack of postseason success, but the vibe I always got from the New York media's coverage of Giambi was that it wasn't quite what they had hoped for. Why do I mention this? Well, if Dominguez puts up similar numbers to Giambi in his career, that'll have been a hell of a career, something to have been proud of. But the expectations for Dominguez are so astronomically high that I feel like anything less than him becoming a top 10 player of all time would be viewed as a disappointment. Right now, Dominguez's cards are being sold like he's one of Major League Baseball's best players, and I really hope he can live up to that standard. But if you're really thinking about forking over $6,000 for a Jasson Dominguez card, how's about a nice Anthony Rendon card instead? How's about a Jacob deGrom rookie autograph? Or, for the same price, could I interest you in the rookie card of the all-time home run king? No? Well, how about 5? Just a thought before you spend out of this world prices on the Martian. That's going to do it for today. Stay tuned for our number 9 player. That video will be coming out later this week. We don't have to go very far to find him, just across the other side of New York, a newer face that's playing in Queens. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Mojobreak Media for more content, podcasts, and more all throughout the Major League Baseball season and beyond.